Focus on the present, they said. How many podcasts or motivational video have you watched that told you to focus on the present? Not to look back on the past for too long, not to overthink the future, and just live the now. And of course, like most of everyone, that type of content often appears whenever I end up doom scrolling on TikTok or Instagram. Don't get me wrong, the purpose of the content is ideally positive. It motivates the people behind the screen, gives out inspiration, or make those media consuming zombies stand up and not waste their time. But what does it mean to focus on the present? It is a simple concept, yet hard to comprehend. To focus on my current ranking, to focus on my career, to focus on the doom scrolling that I end up with every day. It's more about focusing on yourself, developing yourself, building up a schedule or a routine, hitting the gym, reading books, going out, socializing, bonding connections, exploring our inner world, paying attention to the people we talk every day, the nature surrounding us, or just simply starting to clean your room. But it is always easier said than done. How can I forget all the terrible things in the past? All those unfinished love stories and all the people that I have passed through my life. All those regrets and mistakes. Spending all the sleepless nights just to re-experience or think about that period in the past. In the future. It is so uncertain and unsettled. Who knows, we might end up with World War III or another apocalypse. With the rise of brain-rot media and consumerism, doom scrolling or internet addiction is just a common thing now. People nowadays live inside their world portrayed by the social media told what's good for them. Who knows what could happen to the real world if people can't even differentiate what is real and what is virtual. And we can't forget about global warming or outrage politics or whatever is happening around the world. And my future as well. There are days when I doubt my ability to get a job or achieve my dream. I will end up with a mediocre 9-to-5 job where I will slowly deteriorate. My passion will fall, my dream will collapse, and I will end up in the same hole that I have always tried to avoid. Or my relationship will be ruined again, or I might get involved in some unexpected schemes, or I might get some sort of rare incurable disease and I just die. How can we not fear the future? How can we move on from the past? It's hard not to acknowledge or turn a blind eye to all this mess. Therefore, how can I even live in the present? It is true. I cannot avoid it. It's there, standing in front of me. I move on with my day by trying to avoid eye to eye with it. Not until the night falls. All the thoughts and memories flash back like I'm being stuck in this tornado, in this spiral of conflicts between my conscious self and my pessimism. I spend time studying philosophy and literature. Fell in love with cinema and art. I'm obsessed with video games. I have watched countless of documentary about culture, country, history, cities, people. All of that just to get me feel love toward this chaotic world. To open my eyes to what our human species have achieved throughout thousands of years of evolutions. To feel proud, love, and passionate toward all human invention and creation. I go out and get in touch with the nature so I can truly see how bizarre and beautiful this planet Earth has always been. Moreover, I try to focus on my career and my hobby. I practice drawing more and more, buy video games and enjoy them, trying not to think twice about my ability, to just keep pushing it and keep learning no matter what. I try to socialize, to meet people, to be more open about myself, to see different perspectives in other people's eyes, to see how boring, how interesting, how intriguing, how unhinged, how miserable they could be. I dig deeper into my inner world to fully understand myself, to know what I am truly capable of, and to discover my true identity. All of those just to get me keep going, no matter what. To just keep living. All that's said and done, but the question is still there. It's still standing there, unfazed. How can I live the now? Nighttime. I used to consider it the best period of the day. I have been a night owl at a very young age. I remember all the good cartoon that always showed up at around 1 or 2 a.m., going a bit further until I had more access to the internet. This period seems to have some sort of magic to it. I remember I had to wear my headphone with one side off. My brain had to work simultaneously, one focus on the game and the other focus on my mother's footsteps. Surrounded by darkness with the only light source coming from the TV screen or the monitor, it was peaceful and warm. I felt at ease. But slowly, games started to feel less fun. Contents on YouTube starting to feel repetitive, boring, and more about drama and less original. As I grow older, I have more responsibilities and things that I need to prepare before entering the adult world. I need to make a plan to know what I want, know what my goals are, know what kind of life I want to live, learning how to make money, to build a career, especially in this artistic path I chose. My future heavily depends on my skills. I have to practice, observe, and learn, research, and study. Now, every time I have spare time, I fear doing my hobby. These overwhelming thoughts keep running through my mind. This lingering feeling that I can't deny. I don't want to go out anymore. I don't want to do my hobby anymore. I need to sleep early so I can start my day fresh, doing assignment and working on my skills. I don't want to have spare time, so I keep pushing. Because I'm scared. I'm afraid. I fear of wasting my time. It is an anxious feeling and a reminder that I need to live in the present, to keep marching. Nighttime. I've been having trouble sleeping lately. I have skipped a lot of classes because I ended up sleeping through them. I can't sleep, and I can't wake up on time. I have become the night owl again, but this time, the magic is gone. This lingering fear of wasting time keeps running in my mind, to the point that it affects other people in my life. I keep insisting them to grow, to work on themselves, to know their goal, to learn, to push themselves, pouring all this self-improvement propaganda on them. And this fear is so overwhelming that I can't even do anything about it. I fear wasting my time, so I freeze. I keep wasting it. Those sleepless nights, I ended up playing video games to forget the past and the future. I masturbated to get myself tired so I could sleep. Now I'm slowly watching myself fall while building my way up. I cannot forget the past. They are there. They are a part of me. I always claim that I have moved on from them and learned from them, and it's true. But they are still there. So, why are they still hurt? A human life is short, but a person's life is devastatingly long. Every artist's dream is to have at least a masterpiece in their lifetime, to have something that will last for years and even decades. I, too, want to have something that will make me memorable, a legacy. And I think everyone also wants at least something of them still exists even after they are gone. It could be stories, their children, their house, their business, something that still represents them even when they no longer exist. Imagine 3 generations later, my grave would probably be buried in another layer of dirt. I will be forgotten. So I become upset with having legacy. I leave as many footprints that I could to remind everyone that, hey, even though no one cares, but I exist. That's why now I'm trying to focus on myself, on my career, on my legacy. It's overwhelming, it's painful, and time wasting. What's bad isn't wasting time, it's the anxiety that comes from thinking that you are. Every simple joy that you have can be twisted into a waste in your mind. Be mindful of whether what you're doing actually harms you or if it's just something that you've been conditioned to categorize as unproductive and therefore bad. Do you want to enjoy your life or do you want to enjoy looking back on your life? Don't fetishize legacy. Don't treat time as some precious resource that you have to spend frequently. Just be mindful of what you actually want to do. Sometimes that does mean wasting time. I can't neglect the past or the future. They are part of me, part of my characteristics, so I think I should stop caring. As everything moves on, I guess I'm gonna play video games now.